Alright guys, in live discussion of Tron Ares. We don't get to subscribe, notification bells are within the live discussion of Tron Ares. So Tron Ares is a 2025 American science fiction action film directed by Wahim Roning. It's the third film Tron series sequel to Tron Legacy film to the ensemble cast in Jared Leto, Retta Lee, Evan Peters, Jodie Turner-Smith, Hasan Minhaj, Arturo Castro, and Ken Anderson, with Jeff Bridges, Brian Jules, Kevin Flynn from the previous films. And Tron, first one I think is okay. Legacy is probably my favorite one, so Jared Leto is in it, which, so I liked it for Jared Leto was good. Evan Peters, Greta Lee, and this guy Ryan Ronan who did Dead Men Tell No Tales, and with some Mischief of Evil, then he did Young Woman C. So I wanted Neutron, and I thought it was good for the cast would go like this. Music by Nine Inch Nails. I don't think that's as good as Daft Punk, Tron Legacy, but yeah, it looked good, the visuals were good, and so yeah, it's about AI, and so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. So this is what you haven't seen. I click away, come back. So in 2025, 15 years after Sam Flynn attempted to revive his father, Kevin from the Good Econ and Ding Systems, led by former Encom executive Ed Delenga's grandson Julian, raised supreme digital constructs into reality, but can only sustain them for 29 minutes before the restoration. Encom chief executive Officer Eve Kim and Seth Flores built a remote Alaskan station set up by Kevin Flynn decades ago, believing Flynn's computers hold the permanent code to break the 29-minute barrier. After finding the code, they transfer the digital orange tree into the real world, where it lasts for hours. At the Delanga headquarters, Julian introduced Ares, a new master control program to shareholders claimed that he is the perfect expendable soldier. Ares showed unexpected self-awareness, noting Julian's indifference to his survival and interest in real-world phenomena. After Ares resolves Julian's mother, Elizabeth lectures him for not mentoring the limited lifespan. Julian dismisses and uses Eric to attack and company for the code. As security escape, Ares, despite his program, tries save an injured programmer named Caius, but Julian escapes and disables Echo on the grid. Even Seth returns to Ancon with a hard drive containing the code. Their colleague AJ warns with an attack, and Eve leaves alone. Julian and Ares track with Ares and his second and command Athena, chase him via light cycles. Eve hits Athena and hijacks her light cycle, but Ares corners her in a nearby point where Eve destroys the drive. Ares finds Eve empathy, and Julian digitizes Eve to Dagger before Ares and Athena read the result. As Elizabeth critiques Julian for his escalation, Julian becomes more determined to retrieve the code. Ares informs him it can be obtained from his identity test, but will kill her, which Julian accepts. Ares lies to Athena that Julian is indisposed to keep up with Eve. Ares offers to help Eve escape in exchange for him achieving permanent escape in the grid. After Eve accepts, Athena arrives on Julian's order to extract and code. Ares and Eve escape Delenga Hangar using a light skimmer. Then made Athena the new master control program after Ares effects Julian's arm, held with a particle laser to capture Eve and Ares. To Econ headquarters, Eve and Ares reflect on motivations. Ares discovers Eve's search for the cause was caused by her sister's death and feeling for inferiority for creating games rather than saving lives. Eve realizes a copy of the code might be stored as a museum piece at Encom. They reunite with Seth to digitize and upload Ares onto Flynn's original grid. Athena destroys the particle lays to trap Ares and then pursue. And this when system activates, Athena shows a moment of self-awareness before de-resolving. Agent Aaron, Alive, and Seth and Eve explained their plan to use Athena's own particle laser so they can free Ares and thwart Julian. Frustrated by June's behavior, Elizabeth has her board reinstate her as CEO as Athena, whom to her as Elizabeth tries running off of the particle lasers, but Athena fatally stabs her, mind Julian about his structure Pinnacle. On Flynn's primitive Ares encounters an aspect of Flynn discussing Ares' desire for permanence into nearby. Ares wish to live permanently, and his internal confusion. Flynn grants Ares a permanent code before Ares materializes in Flynn's arcade in a neon white suit. Athena pilots and recognizes it into the city to find Eve. Eve runs to allow her crew to hijack the Lingus grid, but is trapped in that white ribbon cage. Athena recognizes ground after the battle with the Mezzo. After taking Eve to her light tank, Athena departs for Delegate. Ares intercepts her and destroys the tank with his new. Just before, during Athena, AJ, Seth, and Aaron penetrate and shut down the Lingo mainframe before it permanently disintegrates. Ninja headquarters is raided by authorities, and Julian uses the laser to digitize himself. Even though he's got a separate ways that Icon using the permanent code to benefit the world. Later, Ares sends Eve a postcard about his life outside the grid and plans to find others like him, including Sam and Cora. Meanwhile, Julian enters the Dillinger grid and is transformed by an identity disc that belonged to his grandfather program Sark. And due to additionally 9 Inch Nails members Trent Razor, Atticus Ross came as 2 F-35 pilots attempted to Athena during the film's climax. Shannon and brother Jared Leto, co-founder 38 Seconds of Mars, makes a brief appearance as a pizza parlor patron who witnesses the climax. Gareth Hedlund, Olivia Wilde made incredible cameo appearance as Sam Flynn and Cora reprising notes from Tron via archive photos. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. So I give this movie a 7 out of 10. Next week I'll be doing Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. Guys, thanks for watching my video. See you in my next one.